How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rowlett and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, I've got some massive things for you. If you guys remember, in the past, we've covered some monster collecting games. Well, today, I've got one that you guys may not know about, which is actually brand new, and this one is called Anitons. Now, Anitons is a brand new game, and the developers hit me up to do a video here, like showing off their game and that sort of stuff. So shout out to them for essentially sponsoring this video. It's gonna be awesome. Check out the trailer, which is dropping right now. It's already dropped by this point. So we're actually gonna, watch the trailer in this video. We're gonna watch that, then we're gonna go through a lot of aspects of the game, and at the end I have an exclusive thing from the developers, right? Something that isn't shown yet, that's gonna only be shown on the 1st of October, which is when they're launching their Kickstarter. I've got an exclusive piece of 5 seconds of gameplay that you guys will see that's exclusive to this channel, so definitely stick around for that, because we'll show about 5 seconds of that so you guys can see a little bit of what the gameplay looks like. But we're first gonna look at the cinematic trailer for the game, and then we're gonna go through all the details about the game and all that sort of stuff. Let's jump into the trailer. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Anitons cinematic trailer that also reveals when the Kickstarter is launching, which is on the 1st of October. So if you want to make sure to stay up to date with everything about this game, as well as when the Kickstarter is launching and all that sort of stuff, well, join their Discord. There's going to be a link down below to their Discord. I think they're at about 550 members at the moment. Let's try to get to them, to 1,000 if possible, as this game is looking really freaking awesome. So Discord link down below, top of the description. Go join their Discord. Again, a big thank you to them for hitting me up to, get this kind of sorted out and, let me do these videos and also sponsoring these videos. Big thank you to the Anitons team. Now, let's talk about some of the details that they told me about, which is in this list here. I'm gonna go through and see what it's all about. So, first things first, what kind of game is this? Well, the genre of this game, they describe as an open-world monster collecting RPG. So basically, it's the one thing we never get from Pokemon, which is a full-on open-world game. Well, these guys are doing it. This is an open-world monster collecting RPG, but keep in mind, it's got those RPG elements that feel like they're kind of being lost in Pokemon nowadays. So, we're going to see a little bit more about that once we get to the features list. Now, where will you be able to play this? Well, they mention here that it's going to be on platforms such as Steam, so PC, definitely, PS4 and Xbox One. There's no mention about Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5, but they do mention though that consoles is if they hit their Kickstarter goals or stretch goals, so to say. So we'll see how that turns out once the Kickstarter launches. Then of course, keep in mind the Kickstarter launches on the 1st of October. Keep that in mind. Then they describe the game such as this. Anitons is an open-world monster collecting RPG that has you start your journey in the wilderness, fighting wild Anitons, and collect your own unique Aniton squad. Every Aniton you have can help you fight and farm, which, by the way, if you're a fan of farming type of games, you may enjoy this, I don't know, Harvest Moon, stuff like that, or, I mean, if you're like me when I was a kid, Farmville, yes, I know, but basically, you can do that sort of stuff. Also, you can make a base and expand your base so that every Aniton you have can feel at home and help you gather food and resources to grow and catch every Aniton in the freaking game. You can battle other players, build the biggest farm, or just get lost in the world full of life. So that's the way they describe it, and honestly, the game looks pretty huge based on the stuff I've seen in the background, which you guys will see a bit later on, but it looks pretty large, and the features, though, are the most interesting part. So, They start off with this features: open world. Okay, you get to explore a vast open world. You can find wild Anitons and useful resources. At first, getting by in the wilderness will not be an easy task, but as you collect and evolve more powerful Anitons, you'll find the way to be invincible. So, open world is something that Pokemon's been missing. Open world is something that I feel like it's just kind of been trivialized by a lot of other games, but I feel like Pokemon's always been one of those games that does fit with it, and there's never really been like many, you know, substitutes for that. So I think this game is going to do what Pokemon doesn't do right, which is the open world, and getting that right and actually doing it, which sounds fantastic. Next up is the dynamic combat system. Here you get to control your Anitons in real-time combat and use various skills that you basically taught them during a fight. And basically it's not just about, you know, just like, you know, this and that. It's also about like strategy and how playing certain roles, but also being like faster and have better accuracy. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that, and I'm a big fan of action combat or dynamic combat systems, so this is for me a must-have. Okay, next up, evolution and creation. Evolve various Anitons and acquire new moves, or breed a completely new one. To do this, you will need DNA points. You can obtain these by either farming this specific type of Aniton or by training it in the wild, and you get to forge your own path, which, hey, I don't know, man, but that sounds pretty awesome. Then you talk about multiplayer. Now, this is something I was kind of wondering about because I saw a bunch of other characters, like when you look at the gameplay, there's a bunch of other characters running around. I do wonder how that's going to work like, you know, I mean, you know, what's that going to be like? Well, they explain here. Invite multiple friends and play together. You can team up to fight Aniton hordes or build a new base for you and your friends. If you want to determine which Anitons are the most powerful, you can do so with PvP duels and test new strategies. Offline mode will, of course, still be an option for those who want to play solo. And this is, of course, you know, a feature that is linked to their stretch goal. So multiplayer isn't a guaranteed thing unless they hit their stretch goal. Keep that in mind. Next up though, base building. Here's my favorite part about this, base building. So you get to create your own base using resources you obtain from the wild. Here you can keep all the Anitons you basically create and make and whatever, and no, I rather that you catch, I guess. I said create, that's weird. Either way, all the ones you basically catch, you can put here and make them all feel at home. But it's not just, you know, a building. You can also have like a lot of customization to the environment around you there as well. Create a sort of cozy place for you and your Anitons to just have a chill time, alright? Just have a good old time there. So, for me, base building is a big thing. I played Rust back in the day. If you guys ever played Rust, you may know what I'm talking about. Also DayZ, stuff like that. And I know, for example, Rust, base building is like the #1 thing you do in the game. 99% of your time is gathering resources and building the base. So I'm a big fan of that, and I love that somebody's actually doing it for once. Next up, though, is farming. So, farm various resources that you will need throughout your journey. Each type of Aniton eats a different kind of food, and machines that will help you automate require electricity. But don't worry, each Aniton has a unique ability that will aid you in this aspect. For example, electric types can charge your base, fire types can heat your house, and water types can help you grow your crops, which, hey, bro, we're gonna get like a monster collecting game with farming. It's like, bruh, I'm loving it. It's basically gonna allow you to sort of do the thing we never got to do in Pokemon, which is like, hey, if you want to be just a breather, you can be a breather. If you want to be like a Pokemon farmer, you can be a farmer. If you want to do this or that, you know, it's going to allow you to do a lot of different things. I mean, what if you just build a base and you make it into a gym and you're like, okay, well, all my friends going to come here now, you know, and challenge my gym that I created. It would be so awesome. Either way, customize your character to like perfectly fit your playstyle. You get to unlock new outfits as you progress by completing various challenges, and you can also build your mansion, paint walls, and hang pictures of your friends and favorite Anitons, I guess, in your base and stuff like that, which is awesome. Also, they say here that the game is going to be community driven in terms of development. Since the beginning of development, we've been transparent with our goals and development process, and we'll keep on doing this until the full release. We organized a couple of contests where fans could name Anitons and design its you know, pure forms. I actually saw one of those, which is kind of like a cute little, like, electric looking, almost looks like a little raptor, like, I think, like, I can't remember what it was called again, but one of those, like, they created one of their own little, like, electric cute little like raptors or whatever. It's adorable. Either way, they point out here though that the world, okay, so the world of Anitons is divided into smaller areas that are inhabited by different kinds of Anitons. On the volcanic grounds, you can find different fire type Anitons. If you're looking for crystal types, you should visit the dark underground monster infested cave, so to say. As the player character, you can freely explore this open world continent and return to your base at any time. So that sounds awesome and fantastic. As for the Aniton types, there are 9 different Aniton types. Each type has its own unique, you know, playstyle and skill set, and yeah, it's basically like you got different moves, different things that will be, you know, based on the nature of the Pokemon Aniton. Jeez, I'm so sorry, I'm so used to saying Pokemon. But basically, it's going to change, you know, how the actual Aniton functions, right? And then they talk about you. Now, you as the character, you start out by visiting your uncle that lives on another continent. In search of a job, you decide to help him finish his project of a lifetime. Gather information about every known Aniton. Alright, little do you know, this goal will change your life as you know it. Not only do you have to build your own base, but also collect every Aniton out there. Even with the help of your friends, this might take a while. So, I'm not really sure how many Aniton there will be. They go through a big list here, or like a big list of like the starters and like some information about them, which we're going to go through right now. But I'm really wondering how many Anitons there will be in the game. I'm not sure if they've said anything, and I can't see it in the details here, so I'm wondering how many. But Anitons are, though, the creatures populating this world. You can also have your own Aniton that you can either use for fighting or farming or whatever else you may need it for. All of your Anitons can be stored on your farm, and you have to take care of them as well. So yeah, you got to make sure you feed those things. Anitons can get more experience after some time, will evolve into more powerful forms. During your adventure, you will meet and collect tons of them. There are 9 types of Anitons you can meet, but some of them have dual types, which means they can learn skills from both of those types, which kind of reminds me of like Guild Wars and being able to like change what kind of things you do. Even though you're a specific class, you can change the weapons and it will change how the character works. It's kind of strange, but I just wanted to point that out. Either way, they point out here though, the Stegra line is composed of 3 different Anitons. You evolve the first stage Aniton to 2 more powerful forms with each evolution. It can learn new skills since this specific line of mix of rock and nature type. You can either choose support nature abilities or go with defensive rock skills, which, hey, sounds interesting. The Tadapas line is composed of toxic type Anitons. In the first stage, Tadapas has an additional water typing that the next stage evolution are missing. This means that your Aniton can have a water ability, but since this is only its first form, you'll have to create a Tapadas with the exact skill that you are looking for. Using more DNA, you can boost your chances to get a better Aniton. So I guess this like DNA, like these DNA points and these things, you really need to like really farm for those to be able to do a lot of things, which sounds fair to me. Then you have the Autumn line, which is different from most of the other Anitons. After getting enough experience to evolve, you choose its new form. Since Autumn's passive ability is to find random crystals, the evolution you choose will additionally influence its skill. Fister is a more defensive-oriented evolution that will find blue crystals for you, whilst Sharker is a more offensive form that will mostly find red crystals. So it's basically similar to what we have with like Kubfu, you know, and Urshifu, where one is like got more like a defensive stance and one's got more offensive stance, which is pretty interesting of a twist, you know, and kind of an interesting, like really interesting formula they're going for here for the evolutions and stuff. I really gotta say, this is different from what you usually see, and I'm liking the direction. It's really sounding both strange and interesting, so I don't know. But that's basically the details I was given, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, then drop a like down below, and yeah, make sure to check out their Discord, guys. It's gonna be, again, linked down below, and again, Kickstarter starts on the 1st of October, so, you know, stay tuned for that. Make sure to check out the videos we're going to drop whenever that happens. We're going to drop a few more videos on the game, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, join their Discord, link down below. Make sure to go do that, guys. Link down below. Go, 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 go. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.